Greetings, viewers. Vengeance are here, bringing you another Black Desert video. This is my first time playing since maintenance. I'm recording this on the 23rd. This will probably go up Friday. So it's pre-recorded, I guess, you could say. I have my guy sitting up fishing, AFK. I haven't played any today. I had other stuff I gotta do. But they just put in the life skill quality of life changes, which they're very good. Of course, you always wish there's more, but I won't complain. I'll talk about them here in a second. I'm just going to do this little bit of daily maintenance stuff, if you will. Right up here to the trader and cash in these fish. I usually do this daily, fish overnight. 168 million in the inventory. 181, so 13 million for fishing AFK, not too bad. So today I'm going to talk about the maintenance, the life skill buffs, but we're also going to. Looks like there's a 6th anniversary event going on. We're also going to run and go to the desert. While I'm auto-pathing over here, I will talk. But this is going to be a video on gathering rough stone, the best place to do it at. I previously touched on this before in my how to make cooking an advanced cooking utensil video. But today I'm actually going to show where to get the rough stone instead of just giving a gloss over. We'll let that run, and then I'm going to talk about these life skill changes. So before the life skill mastery was the barrier to entry, if you will, was steeper. You gained mastery at a rate of life skill mastery, beginner 1 to beginner 2, you got 10 mastery. Beginner 2 to guru 21, you got 5 mastery. And then guru 21 to guru 50, you got 10 mastery. Yeah, they buffed it a little bit after that. With the past maintenance, what they have done is they've swapped that around. You still get the 10 mastery from beginner 1 to beginner 2, but they took it and changed beginner 2 to guru 21. You get 10 mastery, kind of in there. I don't know if they did every level. I didn't fully read the patch notes, but they did increase those life skill mastery from 5 to 10 for a lot of those levels in there. And then from Guru 21 to 50, they put it down to 5. Basically what this means is that you can get to 2000 mastery, which is soft cap for life skill. You can get to that a lot easier now. Let me feed my workers while I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna feed these pets. Alright. So I have fishing gear on right now because I was AFK fishing. I have Tri-Manos accessories. And then I have Duo Fisher's clothes because these have been a pain in the ass to upgrade. I've tried to get them to TET multiple times and they just fail. Somewhere of like 13, 14 fails in a row. It's pretty bad, and that's at 25% from Pride to Duo. It's sad. I think this pair of Manos Fisher's clothes is just cursed. So I left it at Duo because it gives me fishing ability +2, which is what I needed. Anyway, moving on. 160 mastery from that. I'm Guru 16, so I get quite a bit from there. I am sitting right at 1200 mastery now. I think before I wasn't quite to 1100. So that means I'm pretty well maxed out on fishing mastery. The gathering, which is why I'm making this video on rough stone, I decided to go ahead and do this. The gathering it got increased a lot. I set somewhere around right at like 1200 before, with being Master 4 and having Tet Gatherer's Clothes and Tet tools. Now I'm over 1400. I think it's like 1430 in there, because the tools and the clothes both had 300, so yeah, it's 600 more. So I'm at 1430. Before I was at like 12, I think 1230. It's a huge jump. Not only did they do that for the levels, they've also reworked some of the rates that you get materials from gathering. So this life skill quality of life changes is huge for people that life skill. They've increased the amounts that you get when you gather, and they've kind of adjusted some of the other items that you get as well. Now, the other thing that they've done in this patch for life skilling is the hunting skill. Let me bring that back up. They've changed hunting around. Being that, yeah, I mean, you can use, you can see it there on the screen, you can use the matlocks pretty easily now with the change. But they've increased the amounts that you get when you hunt from the butchering. So whenever you go hunting, you got to use the matchlocks to hunt certain animals, and they aren't the same ones that you would just normally go and butcher. Like the sheep video that I made, the meat gathering, it's not the same, and they're not the same animals. They are specially marked animals, or creatures, whatever you want to call them. And then you shoot them with the matchlock, and then you have to have a butcher knife, and you butcher them. So that affects the increase in that as well, which hunting needed a buff. It's never been that great. It's been kind of a novelty thing just to level it up, just to say that you were the highest butcher, hunter, combined with your butchering. I never got into it that much. I'm kind of OCD. I want to get it to Guru just so I have everything to Guru. That's eventually my goal. But see, my cooking, my fishing, and processing are Guru. Training, alchemy, and gathering I'm working on. Trade and farming, they're passively leveling themselves up. Trade is passively getting leveled up every time I AFK fish overnight, because then I trade stuff in. Farming, I do my farms once or twice a day. I could probably do them more if I sat here and actually did them, but I don't like to do that. That's what I have little workers for in the game. And there are ways to level this faster, and I kind of went over that before, and I may go make a farming guide later on for that. Butter and sailing I will level eventually, but I think I'm going to focus heavily on hunting and gathering moving forward, just because it is very profitable now that they've reworked it, and I can easily get more mastery. Alright, we have reached our destination. So if you're listening to this and you don't have it up on the screen, get your life skill gear, your accessories, and get your gatherer's clothes, whatever ones you have, be it Logia or Manos or the other ones, and get your ass to Sand Grain Bazaar. You can do this with a horse, but it's difficult because you can't jump with a horse in the desert unless you own a unicorn, the Dene Dream Horse. I do not. I have a Doom, so I'm going to use a camel because camels can jump in the desert. Hence why I'm at Sand Grain Bazaar. I'm going to check in my Doom Horse, and I'm going to get out my camel. Come on, let me jump on the camel. I don't have anything to feed this guy, but we're making a short trip, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Now the idea is once you get your camel, or if you, like you said, you have a Dene, you want to head a little bit north, but mostly east out of Sandgrain Bazaar until you get to Pilgrims Haven. And if you haven't seen it on the map, here is where it's at from Sandgrain. It's not very far. So you want to go out of this northeastern side of Sandgrain, and I will show you where I usually go up at. Camels go slow until they're in the full desert, and then they get faster. Alright, now we're moving pretty good. I go right here towards this point. I usually go straight east, and then I will go around the side of this point, and I'll climb up this mountain. There's a couple of other things that you need. Let's see. I don't think I want to climb there. I'm going to climb back here. So go right to the left at this point here. Sandgrain is right there, and you want to go to the left at this point. Before coming out here, they removed the desert buff before for the Oasis gear, but now they have taken that out. So you get heat stroke, and you can climb this with the camel. You just climb up right here. If you are a witch or a wizard or any other class that can heal, you don't have to really worry about the heat stroke or the hypothermia. See, like me, I'll just jump off. What this does is it gives you a constant bleed. I just jump off and pull out this, and I'll just heal. But if you're a class that cannot heal, you're either going to be spamming potions because of the constant HP drop, or, and then we're pretty much at Pilgrims Haven, it's right here. Or you're going to have to bring purified water or star anise tea. The purified water will get rid of the heat stroke. You can buy it off the central market, or you can gather river water with the bottles and then filter it, and it'll give you purified. These camels don't turn very well. It'll give you purified. The star anise tea, it's a little harder to make, so just buy it off the central market, or just don't go to the desert during the nighttime hours. If you get stuck out there, then like I said, you can buy it off the central market. And you're gonna need your pickaxe, whatever gathering clothes that you have. See, 1430 with the mastery rework. And there's the rates on it on the screen. So the reason that we're out here for rough stone gathering is these rocks right here. These big, tall pyres. If you can climb up on top of these things, you can literally sit here and gather. And gather, and gather, and gather until your eyes fall out. Or your fingers fall off. I get pretty bored pretty quick doing this, but I mean, it's necessary. You gotta have rough stone. I think I've pressed my key, what, 4 times? But the reason this works so well out here is because of these pyres, they don't disappear after one use like the ones west of Heidel or any of the other ones out in the world. They're gonna ask me how much energy I have left. But that's all I really want to say. And they disappeared. They could have had this spot. I was getting ready to leave anyway. But yep, right out here. That's where I gather my rough stone. Now if you don't have a lot of weight, you can stack it on your mount. Dump it. It's going to overstack your mount, but as long as you pull it back to combine the stacks and then drop it back in there, your mount can be overweight. It won't matter. You can infinitely stack. That'll keep your weight down if you don't have all the weight upgrades. And then when you're ready to leave, just make sure everything's in your inventory. You can be overweight, and then you can just go back to Sandgrain and unload there. I'm a little annoyed with having to heal over and over because I didn't bring purified water, so I'm going to head back to Sand Grain. But one more look. Northeast. It's very short to get there. I'll do the return trip and get back to Sand Grain so you can see it coming from this way. Another way to tell is the mini map up here is always north is always at the top. It doesn't spin on the default settings, so you just to get back you just aim at the bottom left corner, or to get there you just kind of aim at the top right. Now the route's a little different if you don't have a camel. The camel you can get through a free quest. I'm not making a guide on that because I've already done it. So, I mean, I can't repeat the quest, it's one time. But, you go this way and you just aim for that valley right there. Sand Grain is in that little area. So not too bad to get over here. The main part is running from wherever you have your base set up. Either Velia or Heidel or maybe even Calpheon. And then running over here to Sand Grain. That's going to be the longest trip. And we're slow again because we're outside of the desert. But yeah, there's a storage person here and then the stable keeper, and you'll be able to dump everything off. Now there isn't a central market here, but you can store stuff and then use the transport to transport stuff if you don't want to carry it all the way back. I also did the elephant quest for the trade crates, which I will talk about in the future. But just a short little guide. I want to check in. I've been playing a lot of Lost Ark, so figured I would make another Black Desert video. They seem to be doing fairly well, but oh, come on. So I want to check in with Black Desert and give you a nice little short guide, and definitely get out there and do some gathering. It's more worthwhile than it was before, and I think the more mastery you get, the more XP you're going to get, and the better amount of materials you're going to get. It's going to be more beneficial. So, as always, thanks for watching and spending your time here with me. If it was good, leave a like, leave a comment. The interaction helps. You want to see more, subscribe. I got a lot more stuff coming. Thanks again, and as always, until next time.